Hey, how's it going? Let's check out today's news. Climbing Mount Everest is one of the most popular and well-known challenges in the whole world, but recently it's been hitting headlines for all the wrong reasons.
Mount Everest, the tallest mountain in the world. Technically it's not, it's this volcano, although most of it is underwater. But climbing it and reaching the top is seen as a tall challenge by adventurers everywhere. Icy temperatures, fierce winds and lack of oxygen make it a dangerous climb. And a record number of people have died or gone missing on Everest this season. An Aussie man has just been rescued and is now recovering in hospital. So people are taking a closer look at why it's happening and what can be done to make things safer. A big problem is popularity. More climbers are attempting the summit every year, and it gets crowded. Delays mean extra stress too.
There was too many permits issued, and there's too many people up there.
Another is lack of experience. There are no experience requirements to attempt Everest, and some people aren't properly prepared. Some would like to see tougher standards before letting people attempt it, to make sure this icy challenge gets the respect it deserves.
Were you one of the 30,000 students who resat the NAPLAN test today? All around Australia, there have been some big technical problems with the online version of the test. Hundreds of schools said they'd struggled with things like bad connections and trouble logging in, and now a bunch of kids have had to resit the test. The government's going to have a look into exactly what went wrong and try to make sure it doesn't happen again. Members of a Tassie cave diving team are probably the coolest people in Australia right now. They've discovered a link between Australia's deepest and third deepest known caves near Hobart. It took years of planning to safely send a team down to link the two caves together. They had to squeeze, abseil and glide 350 metres down, but it wasn't over then. That's where they hit the water. Then one of the team members had to scuba dive 200 metres between the connected caves with a rope. During their brave adventure, they also set a new cave depth record of 395 metres. See, told you they were cool. Let's take a look at what's happening in sport today.
This is the most valuable soccer match in the world because whoever wins rakes in about $300 million. It's the playoff final that decides who gets promoted from the English Second Division to the Premier League, aka the world's richest soccer league. This year, Aston Villa came out on top, beating Derby County 2-1.
It's going to go in from John McGinn and Villa.
Villa fans went crazy after the final whistle, including this familiar face, Prince William. He's been a Villain supporter since he was a kid. Donald Trump has become the first US president to attend a sumo match in Japan. And it wasn't just the sumos having their strength tested. Trump and Japan's PM Abe Shinzo had a bit of trouble lifting these ridiculously big trophies for the equally big winners. You've got to be pretty brave to challenge one of the greatest basketballers of all time. But this teenager in the US decided to give it a shot. Gabe challenged his mate's dad to a three-point shootout, and LeBron accepted. Spoiler alert, Gabe didn't beat him, obviously. Just look at that smug smile at the end.
Our next segment is all about taking something that's already a thing and using it for something else. Sorry, we couldn't think of a snappier title. Forget arm wrestling, how about giving your toes a go? Because who doesn't want to join sweaty feet with a total stranger, am I right? The World Toe Wrestling Championships are held in Northern England, and apparently it's been going on since 1976. It's a best of three battle, but after a nail-biting final, only one person goes home with the golden trophy. Just like humans, sometimes animals need some emergency help, as this pet ambulance in Hong Kong proves. All their owners do is dial the emergency number and help is on the way. It comes complete with oxygen tanks, bandages and medical supplies, of course, and apparently it can tend to animals big and small. If you just thought cheese was for eating, well, you'd be wrong. It's also for rolling down a hill and running after. This is the death-defying annual cheese rolling race in the UK. Rolling obviously doesn't just apply to the cheese. That's it for now. I'll see you tomorrow.